This is my latest workpiece. Somebody who lives locally has bought this laptop, this Samsung laptop round recently. Well, today, a few hours ago. It's been dropped on its side by the look of it. There's a big cracked. You can see, just about see where the casings come apart, pried apart. It's been dropped on one side by the look of it. And the owner said that it doesn't turn on, doesn't charge, doesn't do anything anymore. So, don't know. And there's also a great big warp in the lid and a crack, although the screen's perfectly alright. So we've got this separation of the two halves of the casing. I've plugged in the power pack, and the plug is very loose in its socket. So maybe it's something as simple as the power socket is broken or not making the electrical connection inside. It might be something as horrendous as the motherboard itself is shattered or something like that. Can't tell till I've opened it up. I've told her that if I can't fix it, it'll still cost £20 because it'll take me an hour or so to open this thing up and put it back together again and work out what can and can't be done with it. But if I can fix it, I'll just charge her for repairing it, because opening it is just part of repairing it, so I can't charge her twice. Already made a start taking off the bottom cover. You can see the hard drive there, and looks like a bay for a second hard drive, but I don't think this laptop's got the connections for it. I'll just carry on taking the screws out and dismantle it. It is completely dead. Nothing happens if you plug the power pack in. So we'll just take it apart and see what we can see at the damaged end. It does show signs of having been opened up before, this laptop. There's sort of wear marks there and there, as if there was something here originally and somebody's undone it. Maybe a bit of liquid damage in the, well, maybe not damage, but it's certainly had something spilt on it here. It's dried up. Before I cleaned it all up, there was signs of dried up liquid on the top surface, although she's not said that that's caused any problem. It's quite a decent laptop. Look at it, 750 gig hard drive, the nice big 17.3 inch one. Let's see how much memory is in there. There's a lot of memory as well, 8 gig of RAM in there. Let's put those to one side. DDR3 only, yep. Separating me screws into little trays, trying not to lose any. Well, the odd thing is there's odd coloured screws holding the hard drive down. Whether that makes a difference, I don't know. Pull that to one side. Okay, we can see the problem now. See, this is the power jack, and it just fell out when I separated the two halves of the chassis of it. Unfortunately, it is the type that's soldered to the motherboard. You can see just about there underneath the CPU heatsink. That's where it should be. So it's probably a case of trying to find another one from eBay and see if I can solder it back on. Inshallah. Oh well. That's the rest of it anyway. The laptop with its top half of the case removed. It's quite easy to do. Take all the screws off and lots of clips to release. And there it is. Not a huge amount to it really. Take the heatsink off and be able to get a better look at what's happening. Okay, there's the heatsink off. There's the heatsink. See a bit easier now what the problem is. This is where the power socket should be, there's actually a piece of the motherboard that's come off with the socket. That should go there, and now it doesn't. Now I'm hoping that that is just a structural piece of motherboard that's holding that side of the socket in place, and there's nothing actually in there by way of tracks and circuitry. So maybe these three solder points here are the actual power connections. These four at the edge, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're just holding the thing in place. And maybe I can get a new one soldered in place and it'll work again. But I'll have to let the owner know what the problem is and see if I can get another one off eBay. So it could either work and be fairly easy to fix, or it'll be a complete failure. I've fixed a few of these power sockets and sometimes, well, I've got them to work again, but there's others that just end up being a short circuit for some reason, no matter how good my soldering seems to be. So we'll just have to see what happens.